The room was buzzing with energy, cameras flashing, reporters whispering, and producers pacing nervously along the sidelines. It was one of those televised debates that everyone knew would draw millions of viewers, not because of the topic alone, but because of the fiery personalities set to collide. At the center of the stage sat Senator John Kennedy, his southern charm and quick wit making him a favorite among many, and across from him was Jessica Tarlov, the sharp-witted commentator known for her piercing critiques and unfiltered confidence. The moderator had barely finished his introduction when Jessica leaned forward, a sly grin playing at the edges of her lips. Her voice carried through the microphone with a mix of mockery and challenge. "Senator Kennedy," she said, "with all due respect, sometimes I wonder if your folksy one-liners and country humor are just a cover for, well, a lack of real intelligence. Do you actually understand the complexities of what we're debating here, or are you just here to entertain the audience with clever quips?" The words hung in the air like a sharp blade. The audience shifted uncomfortably. Some gasped, others chuckled nervously, while the cameras zoomed in on Kennedy's face, eager to capture his reaction. Jessica sat back, arms crossed, clearly pleased with herself. It was the kind of blow most politicians would dodge or brush off, but Kennedy was not most politicians. For a moment, he remained quiet, his eyes fixed on her. The silence stretched long enough that the audience began to feel the tension crawl across their skin. Then, slowly, Kennedy leaned toward his microphone. His voice was calm, steady, with just enough southern drawl to remind everyone that his roots ran deep. "Miss Tarlov," he said softly, "where I come from, we're taught that education isn't about how many fancy words you can throw around. It's about understanding people, solving problems, and speaking truth in a way even the hardest working farmer in Louisiana can understand. If you think intelligence means talking in riddles that no one but a professor can untangle, then maybe you're confusing wisdom with arrogance." The room shifted. A wave of murmurs ran through the crowd. Kennedy wasn't raising his voice, but his words carried a weight that hit harder than any shouted retort could. Jessica blinked, her confident smirk faltering for just a moment. But Kennedy wasn't done. He straightened in his chair, his tone sharpening, but still with that edge of humility that made people lean in. "I grew up watching my folks work hard, day in and day out. I studied law, served my state, and fought for people who don't have lobbyists or connections in Washington. And let me tell you something, Miss Tarlov. When a single mom in Baton Rouge is working 2 jobs just to keep food on the table, she doesn't need a lecture in academic theory. She needs leaders who understand her struggle and have the grit to fix it. So if my plain talk sounds simple,